Hey guys, Space Cabin here. I'm Oliver. There's no Andrew with me today, but we're playing some Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. So at the moment, there's a tournament on for Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Obviously, this is the website that you can access the game from. And today we're going to be playing an Ogre Chucker because I'm eccentric. And I've recently won this game. I've won it once. I've played it for hundreds of hours, like 1.x hundreds of hours, rather than multiple hundreds of hours, but 1.x hundreds of hours. And I only have beaten the game once, which seems ridiculous, right? But it's quite challenging. And I tend to pick things like ogre hunters here, so I can throw large rocks. But I have won the game once, and that's why I thought, haha, I've won once, and now as a single time winner, we are now capable of spreading the knowledge to everybody else, or something. So we're going to train all these guys here and take off stealth. You can see I've got manual training on with my stats file. So I actually just did a recording, and it didn't record properly. And guess what? I found 2 large shields on the first floor of naturally, literally 2, which seems if you've never played this game before, 2. I mean, ogres love large shields basically, and they're rare. And finding 2 of them is extremely unlikely. So we threw a large rock there and crushed the sleeping cockroach. You can't miss something that's asleep, I believe. So unknown scroll, excellent. This looks like a little mushroom house. We'll just quickly some rocks. Okay, so we're going to grab these rocks, because now we have something to throw other than our very precious large rocks. So we've got 5 stones. Alright, here we go. The first stone chuck. We smacked him. Oh, we finished him off with the knife. Alright, okay, this guy's more of a threat. Okay, he's dead. Okay, so if enemies in the early dungeon are wielding weapons, they can actually be really scary, even though, that guy was just a hobgoblin, right? You're like, ooh, a hobgoblin. Never had a problem with a hobgoblin in a game before. Yeah, he could like 2-shot your ass if you're not paying attention, especially if he's got like a battle axe or something. I quite like that aspect of this game, is because these mobs are theoretically pretty weak, right? But like, say that hobgoblin come down here and picked up this mace, mate. Even a small, imagine a 12-year-old with a mace. He could get you in the knee and you would be messed up. Right, so like this guy, he could hurt me. Alright, no, he's done. I gave him too much respect. No, okay. So I was just complaining about the fact that I had to restart my recording because I found a large shield. But this is a troll leather armor, which on D1, I don't know what my luck has been for these past 2 games. So troll leather armor has given me regeneration. I don't even need to compare the stats with the robe, because I just know they're better. Look, I've got 5 AC now. As an ogre, I've got 5 AC. Okay, this is pretty exciting, guys. I'm really glad that I didn't just bottom out immediately on starting this run, because I mean, it's quite likely that I'm going to die, and probably soon. Soon, relatively, hopefully, in the global context of the game. There's quite a lot of different levels in this game, and you go to different places, lots of different bosses, uniques. It's all it's classic. It's a classic style. Right, let's go downstairs. Here we go. So there's a rat, no problem. We'll give him the old knifey stabby. Okay, lizard boy, you can get a couple of rocks. Take that. Ball python. Oh, first shot, just sconned it in the back of the head. And okay, here we've got our adder. So now we're going to quiver. Of course, it's. I guess we have regeneration now, so its poison might not be that scary. I still got to quiver all large rocks because the D2 adders are probably the most scary enemy you can face as most species. Stop. We used all of our large rocks and he didn't even get hit once. No. This isn't like Cataclysm where I can pick up stuff off of adjacent tiles, so unfortunately, until I kill the adder, I don't have access to those rocks again. What if we try to net him? Will we net him? Will we net him? Will we net him? We will not net him. We have wasted many turns. Okay, adder boy, stop this. Alright, I'm going to try stabbing at it, because this is one of my remaining options. I could throw rocks at it, but I'm just as likely to miss, and if they hit, they're not going to do any damage. Die. He's dead. What's this guy wielding? It seems like it might be shiny. So I'm going to X to look at him. Enchanted dagger. Okay, so as long as it's well, hopefully it's not glowing. Enchanted it might be like +3 or something. Hopefully, more likely it's like a cursed -3, and he picked it up and is getting messed up by it. Okay, we leveled up. We killed him. Crisis averted. So this poison could easily be lethal, except we have regeneration, which obviously like very much inhibits its effect on us. Let's have a look here. We want dexterity, I think. So dexterity improves a second adder. We're just going to go upstairs. Dexterity improves your ability to hit, as well as your ability to dodge. Whereas strength increases your ability to wear heavier armor and increases the damage that you do, especially with chucking. So we do want to have high strength, but as an ogre we get free strength regularly when we level up as part of being an ogre. So here is a second nasty boy. So we're going to throw a rock at him. Yes. And then we're going to try and stab him, because that was more successful than the rock throwing earlier. Okay. So the regeneration is, like, I can't state enough how much that's helping us with these fights with these adders. Okay, we took out the two adders and the enchanted dagger guy. Do I want this? Well, I mean, yeah, why not? It's a fast attacking weapon. We don't have any melee weapons at the moment. We're going to not take our large rocks out first. We're going to get out our little rocks, and we're going to throw them. Get wrecked, get wrecked, get wrecked, get wrecked. Firing, no, I don't want to hit the plant. Oh, that was a large rock, shouldn't have wasted that. Alright, I need to be more careful about that, obviously. Oh, except when it comes to these boys. Can't miss while he's asleep? Question mark? What was my brain doing there? Alright, here we go. Smack. Got him, he's dead. Crisis averted. Good stuff. Alright, now this bat, he's dead. Right, worm boy. So if you don't know about worms, they hit pretty hard, and they're pretty tanky, and they regenerate and stuff, and it's like, oh no, how do you even beat a worm? It's like slower than you, so you can just literally walk away from it. So, you know, if you I might try to, why did I walk towards it? That's yeah. Ow. Don't bite me, bro. Don't bite me. Stabbing him. Another adder. Perhaps I should flee. The adder will catch me either way, but then I won't have to fight this worm. But I could kill the worm. Do we attack it to try and kill it, or do we resort to large rocks immediately? I think we throw a large rock just to finish him. He's too fast. Actually, wait. The large rock went down the line, missed the worm, missed the bat, hit the hobgoblin, and killed him. Actually, that's good. He was a secondary. He was a pretty decent threat too. All right, let's just not stop on the large rock train here. Yes. Second guy bites the dust, just bringing it down on the back of his back, just breaking it. Okay. We have used our remaining large rocks. It is now knifey fangy with this adder. Please, friend. Please, friend. Alright, so at this point, I'm really worried. I can't run from this, by the way. You might be questioning, like, why not just run away? Adders are fast, which is why they're so dangerous on the second floor. Okay, so options. We could blind quaff potions, we could blind read scrolls. If we got fear, we'd be okay. If we got teleport, we'd most likely be okay. We've already killed 2 adders here, and it would teleport us somewhere else. So the better chances to quaff potions, because with this stack of 2 potions, it's slightly more likely that they could be curing. Just because they're slightly more common. Perhaps we should continue to fight him because we're not actually dead yet. Okay, so that was a bad swing for us. Okay, we should try to net him. The nets are an option. Net 1 has failed. Net 2 has failed. Unfortunately, nets are based on dodge. We're still alive. We're still okay. Come on, please. Please, please. Okay, blind quaffing is necessary. But you gave me might. I'm on 1 HP and lethally poisoned. So this is what makes crawl difficult, right? I was like doodle-doo-doo-doo, wandering around, fought the worm, and I was like, this is fine. Adder turns out, I'm like, okay, I can probably take this guy. Instead of backing up immediately, which I probably could have got a little bit more space, maybe up to here or something, avoided throwing a couple of my rocks at the worm, then maybe I could actually have used all of my rocks to kill this adder instead of running out of large rocks and being like, oh gosh, here's me, big fleshy ogre. But I have troll leather armor. This can't happen. This is not the I refuse for this to be the narrative. It is. I feel buoyant. That was a potion of flight. RNGesus, where were you? Where were you? Anyway, I think this is like my first episode of Space Cabin tries to play. Wait, no, actually, what am I talking about? We're just gonna play again. Come on, it's been 10 minutes. I mean, just because that's the most disappointing start you could possibly get, with the tantalizing just finding that troll leather armor on, was it D1? Are you serious? Anyone who plays the game knows that that's amazing. Alright, we're never going to have luck like that ever again. But maybe we also won't have 3 adders immediately on D2. So that, you know, givey takey. What will we play this time? Play the ogre again? I don't know. There's a lot of options. If you're into games with, like, you know, a vast variety of different things you can choose and try, yeah, come play this. It's also free, obviously. I don't know if I already mentioned that. I probably did. So we're going to be a kobold berserker now, because I feel like I want to stab, you know? I want to just go crazy and stab. So we're going to go for some, yeah, short blades, fighting, armor, dodging. We can take the armor. Will we wear armor? We probably will. Although, at the moment we're not, and we could also cast. So we're party foot the cutter right now. Right, so we'll put some stealth on instead, just because I prefer to be able to pick and choose fights a little bit as a little tiny kobold. So by comparison to being an ogre, obviously now we're much more stealthy. So come at me, bro. Come at me. And stab. Yep. So we got way better skills. So see, look at this. +3. Kobolds are extremely good at learning. So they're, well, extremely good. As a small species, they're more likely to have faster experience gain rates. You know, and that is the case for the kobold in terms of, he's quite good. They're quite good spellcasters. Stab, 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 stab. Excuse me. Stab. All right. So see, that was an unarmed enemy, right? So like you'd think, oh, you know, I should be able to beat that as level 1 character. It's like, no. All right. So oozes are pretty scary. Do I want to fight the ooze right now? What if he messes me up? I have like no options. I mean, I'm not really streaking or anything. So like okay. So just for context, everything I've learned about Crawl is from a guy called Ultraviolent4, which you can look up on YouTube. He does great Crawl content. Like, watch it. He also has a website, which teaches you basically how to play Crawl. And, like, he streaks, so he, you know, I've won Crawl 14 times in a row, or whatever. I'm like, I've won the game in entirety once. Probably had, like, I don't know, 200 runs or something. But, you know, bitterness aside, you know, he would be worried there about not dying. But for me, it's like, you know, I just started, I just died as well, so it's not like I've already embarrassed myself at this point. You know, it's not really right. So we're doing pretty well. We're kind of getting to the point where we're like, you know, walking around stabbing stuff. Here's a pair of booties. We're going to put those on. There's almost no chance that that's going to bite us in the ass. Okay, cool. We've got our booties on. They're nice blue booties. Stab the sleeping rat. For a bonus damage. Ooh, this would be good. He woke up. And he shouted too. What a loud guy. Stab, stab, stab. Right, he's dead. The benefit of actually training a weapon skill is that instead of being a clumsy ogre with a short sword, we are actually swinging at 0.9 right now, which means that up here, you can see here, this is the attack speed that we have. The number of turns or orts that it took to do our last action. If it's more than one, enemies who attack on average once per turn have a chance of a double attacking you. And if it's under, you have a chance of double attacking them, which is, you know, quite cool. So we've leveled up. As a berserker of a kobold berserker, we want, I don't know, we probably want strength. Am I going to go like armor and stuff? probably will. The dex increases stab damage, I'm pretty sure, directly. Dex. I don't know, maybe that's an awful choice. I don't know. I mean, I should really... Okay, this is D1. Normally a Jackal pack on D1 is really, really scary. Once again, they're faster than you, they can attack you. I'm being like, super brazen. If you want to win, you should be more careful, but I don't know. I like to live fast and furious. If you've ever watched any of our Catacomb Kids videos, you know this. Ooh, a Scarf of Les Resistance. Oh, well, it might not be, but it also might be. Oh, they've got rocks. Yes. You know what? We're going to display the... Okay, so we're a kobold berserker. You might be like, well, what's a kobold berserker? It means we worship Trog, the god of, you know, frenzied battle or whatever, which gives us the ability to berserk. So here we go. We're going crazy. Stabby, stab, stab. All right. Oh, more. Oh, Berserk ran out. So, I think Berserk not only scales with, like, maybe your level and duration, but also, like, I think with Trog specifically, he extends the duration when you're attacking and stuff. So apparently those 2 steps were enough to have it wear off. And now we've got minus Berserk, which means we can't Berserk again yet. And we're also slowed. I didn't really anticipate that happening. That was a backfire. Alright. Well, we lunged directly into this goblin's throat with our dagger, though, so, you know, no harm, no foul in some ways. Okay, and then even just slowed, we just, like, see the rat over there, and we just, like, you know, just drive our blade into it. Apparently, we are unstoppable as this kobold. You know, if I was trying to do this as my ogre, he'd be just, like, dead. And you think, like, oh, but an ogre's, like, huge and scary. Like, yeah, well... current state of the ogre. I found the freaking... Okay, anyway, we're going to get over the fact that we found the regeneration armor. Like, okay, ogres can wear such a few, like a very limited number of things. They can only wear, like, the skins of other animals. God, troll leather. Troll... Anyway, glowing scarf. We're going to wear this immediately. It's a... cloud immunity. It's probably the worst one, maybe. So that's unfortunate. They're never bad scarves, which is nice. Stab, stab. Alright, he's dead. Sneaky, sneaky. Stab, 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 stab. Okay, we're good. Ooh. Come for a knife fight, mate. Yeah. Yeah, just like cut. Just, you know, he's way too slow. No training, mate. They sent a peon here to deal with me, but I'm a boss kobold. I look different than the other kobolds, but I mean that's because the game has like dynamic armor and stuff, which is really cool and worth the fact that you don't look the same as a kobold, to be honest. Even though you are a kobold as well. We're special anyway, you know, we're supposed to look different. We look human. Humans are special. Therefore a kobold that looks like human is special. Stab, stab. I think, you know, like some creatures have different models. Like, you know, merfolk have water legs and... you know, a tail, I should say, when they're in the water. And, ooh, excuse me, what's this? A runed dagger. So, it is D2, we have 4 scrolls. Chances of having a removed scroll? Moderate. Chances of this being a -3 cursed dagger? Moderate. 2 moderates make up, we're wearing it without... We're testing it without knowledge that we can take it off if it's cursed. Wield it. Dagger of Flaming. Not punished. So now I get to use the Dagger of Flaming now. So normally, obviously, you might be like, oh no, if I get a really bad cursed weapon, I could be like in a really bad place. I'm not going to try it until I know I have a remove curse scroll. But, you know, once again, you know, fast and loose, guys. Ooh. I mean, I don't need a longsword. Pretty sure, like, I don't know if a kobold can even wield a longsword. So I'm going up that hatch for kind of like metagame reasons. If you get to this game, the object of this game is to get the Orb of Zot, which is at the bottom of this hell pit, right? Once you get it, you have to get out of the dungeon right back to the top with that orb. And you know, you might think, oh, but by that point I've killed everything, right? Of course not, because it spawns like randomly generated panlords who are just like atrociously strong and will just like destroy you. So it's basically the most stressful thing you've ever done in your life, because you're like, I finally got the orb. I mean, I've had multiple orb runs and 1 win. Let's just leave it at that. There's nothing worse than being like, I've finally done it. I've finally got the orb of Zot, and then like some dude just comes over and just ends your life efficiently and brutally. We're not berserking very much, which I probably should be. But anyway, going up those hatches means that once they're explored, we know where they're going to land. He's got an enchanted spear. That's kind of scary. And once we know where we're going to land, then we can take that on our orb run using the Auto Explorer. So the Auto Explorer will calculate the shortest possible route, which is really nice. I'm running away from these gnolls because the second one has a enchanted spear, and if he hits me with that and it's venom, I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm dead. Oh, nice. Because it is still D2. Yeah, and so basically, yeah. So now that I know that it comes up to here, I can, if that's the shortest route, the Auto Explorer would use it, basically. We're going to pick up some rocks just for... Oh, actually, why pick up rocks when we've got tomahawks? Yeah. Over here is one we haven't explored. Let's have a check out. Alright. Sleepy cockroach boy, sleepy cockroach boy. Ooh. Maybe we should sneak up and... Yeah, let's do some... Oh. I was going to be like, let's do some stealth mechanics, like sneak up on them from behind. It's like, no, that's not going to work from here. Well, we could do it up there, but then we'll encounter the gnolls, most likely. These are just shadows of where we last saw a gnoll. They're most likely... It's most likely not here, because we drew it up to the stairs that are up further up. So, right, stab, 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 stab. Oh, we woke up the bashy boy. Oh, well, he didn't stand much of a chance. We're surprisingly OP as a kobold. I guess it's just because we actually have... So when you pick a profession, you get a certain amount of experience in a certain list of stats. Obviously, like short blades. If you pick a short blade berserker, you get a bonus to experience the short blades. This is scaled by your aptitude. So see, because we have +3, we already are at almost 5 short blades, which is like, you know, if you... I mean, I assume you watched the start of this video. We were nowhere near that with any of our skills as our ogre. You know. So, we're going to berserk, I think, this guy. Alright, we got him. So, after the berserk, we want to rest, because berserk makes us hungry. That's annoying. I think I have... I think the macro I have to like eat everything on the floor is not working properly, because kobolds can eat raw flesh and like without being starving. So most races are like, oh yuck, raw flesh, right? Like I don't want to eat that, like you or me. I mean, I don't know about you, but personally, whereas a kobold is obviously pretty vicious and it's just like, yeah, I'll just dig into that hot flesh, you know. That sounds good. All right, so now we're surrounded by enemies because I'm crazy. I'm gonna berserk. Go absolutely like just frothing at the mouth, swinging the dagger around as fast as possible. But the dagger of flame. It's actually it's not that nice on a dagger. It's probably like better on almost any other weapon that brand. But still more damage and elemental damage at that. So hardly capable of complaining. Could have been enchanted. And there we go. There's our D2. All right. So this is D3, and we immediately see an orc wizard. Chances of sneaking up on this bad boy and plunging our dagger right into the back of his skull. It's like very low, I imagine. So let's go back up. Our stealth is improving, but I mean it was 0 to start with because obviously a berserker doesn't usually start with much stealth. All right, here we go. He's seen us. The gecko has not. Wander off, gecko. Shh, 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 shh. Why are you following the kobold? Shh, shh. All right, he's on to us. Maybe since there's no reason not to, we're just going to stare down this guy up. So enemies that are adjacent to you who are not undead will come upstairs with you. So we can now fight this guy 1v1 without his friends being able to interrupt, and we put him out of his misery. All right. There were 2 enemies down here, but I don't think either of them were that scary. Schmack, schmack, schmack. Was it a bat? It's gone now. Oh, it was a quokka. Come to me, Quokka. Quokka, you think, oh, it's a little rat boy. He can hit for quite a bit, so, you know, they can actually, I mean, I think I've died to a bat before, I'm pretty sure. But that was like once, okay? Just once. Oh, I didn't even know that there was a sewer on this floor. So, I guess, let's have a look at this. Control P? Yes, Control P. So, as you can see, it's been telling me that it's been here probably, like, multiple times. You hear the sound of rushing water, you hear the sound of rushing water, you hear the sound of rushing water, you hear the sound of rushing water. So, like, you know, it's basically, you hear the slow rustling of a distant drain. I mean, it's telling us that this is here, which I should have paid attention to, but, you know, we made it in anyway. Okay, so there's the river rat, which is the most scary. Let's go and... Shush. Oh. Okay, well, the sleeping rat on the other side will keep those at bay. Ow, he bit me. Frickin' sharp teeth. Stab, 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 stab. Alright, okay. We're starving. Butcher the rat corpse. Eat. Oh, we're going to have to do a bit of manual eating. This is unideal. We should be walking around engorged for the most part, not near starving with this build. That's one of the main reasons that being a berserker synergizes with being a kobold, because using berserk costs a lot of your hunger, and other races might be like, well, I can't really justify this at this point because I don't have quite enough food, whereas normally kobolds can just eat, voraciously from the corpses of their enemies. Die. Alright, so I believe, auto explore over that, yeah, it did in fact eat it. Alright, we're going to go over here. Oh, none of them woke up. We don't want to fight in the swamp fluid because it slows down our attacks. Big kobold is also red to us. Far out, that's scary. Alright, no. Stop. Every time I peek around the corner, here's a chance to just wake up. So let's stop. He's up. Alright, we'll make him fight in the water. We'll go berserk. Stab. Alright, he didn't stand a chance against us. We're too furious. So, against our own advice, we dive into the fetid pool of sewage in order to fight. Alright, so we're just going to wait off our slow, wait off our minus berserk. So here's our reward. Our eternal reward! Alright. It's not really eternal, they are potions. I assume that this is either curing or heal wounds, so or degeneration probably. We're at D3, so at the start of the next floor is when I'm going to test my potions, my scrolls. And so now that I'm adjacent to him and he's still asleep, stab. So you can see here, I impale the kobold. Double exclamation mark. Exclamation marks represent how much damage you do. So I guess it's a UI simplification. At first I was like, but I want to know how much damage I rolled, and then eventually I was like, I don't care. I mean, it'll tell you if you get it'll tell you if you get one shot by some enemy. I mean, yeah, I'm playing this kobold as though I can't because I'm near starving. There's a wizard. Oh no. Okay, so this is kind of scary. The best thing to do is go up. I was like, okay, we're gonna go berserk. We're gonna do this. We're gonna eat first because we're too hungry to berserk. No, what we're gonna do is we're gonna eat now, but we're gonna run away. And luckily we got random energy, so the game has like a little kind of back and forth stutter. We're not going down there. In terms of how long things take. I say stutter is that sounds bad, right? But what I mean is that there's sometimes a little bit of random chance of whether or not an enemy will take a double turn or a half turn, and that just allows them to do things like if you're trying to, like for example, if you're standing, I mean, there's no good point here, but if there was a door here and you're standing here and the enemy's here, you could just close the door. It would open the door, you'd close the door, open the door, close the door, open the door, forever, right? And they would never be able to get through the door because they only took one turn to do their attacks. But this Shadow Imp is just a nightmare. Why is he so buff? Just staggeringly powerful. Alright, we'll take him up. Wait, where's he gone? What? There he is. Come to me. Maybe we'll chuck rocks at him while he's doing this. Ow. Don't pain me, boy. Okay, got him with two swift strikes. We've got to reactivate our auto pickup with Control A. It can be really difficult to learn the hotkey. The main barrier to playing this game is learning all the different hotkeys. It's kind of like, how do I even go up and down stairs? It's a shift full stop or shift comma to go up and down. That's, the alligator brackets. Greater than and less than. Stab. At least on my keyboard. I guess it could be different for other people. So like doing it in terms of like shift. It was a bit of a silly option. Okay, so we're hungry still. Can we eat raw flesh? Can we eat raw flesh? Eat raw flesh. Eat raw flesh. Should be eating all the raw flesh and butchering all the creatures we find. It annoys me that my macro is not doing that, but I think for the tournament, which is on at the moment, you automatically get in. I think you automatically get entered into the tournament. Basically, all your just runs you do while the tournament is on are counted towards the stats that they take at the end or whatever. But yeah, I think for the tournament or for an update or something, they had to scrub my settings file. And I'm like, but my settings file was perfect. So you can upload your own settings file that does stuff like, if you walk over a corpse and you're hungry, then butcher the corpse and make that automatic, so you don't have to like go, ooh, I'm going to step onto it. Press C to butcher it, then press E to eat the chunk, and then press yes to eat the. Anyway, continue. We leveled up, right? That's why I've paused here. So we want Dex again. Dex again. As a kobold, we're not actually going to get much stronger. We probably will get free Dex. So let's go for strength, just so we might be able to wear heavier armor. Stab, 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 stab. Alright, got him. Orc Wizard. My nemesis. Do you have... Should we XV him? I think he's used invisibility. Okay, so he has a high chance of having confused, at least 50-50. These are the two spellbooks he may have, based on the fact that he's already used invisibility. So he may have a 46% chance to confuse us. However, we can use Trog's Hand to become resistant to hostile enchantments. Another perk of being a berserker. Here we come. Oh gosh, there's a worker ant. So I guess we'll also go berserk. Stab, 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 stab. Okay, that was worth it. Worker ants are like basically adders, like adder 2.0, but they're like even stronger, obviously. Come at me. Man, I ran out of like breath before I was able to kill that guy with stabs, which is pretty crazy to me. Right. Food, black potion. Wait, did we eat his body? We better have. No, I want to be full. I want to be engorged. Right, so we'll eat this guy. I guess we'll be doing it manually. I don't like to do anything manually. I don't even like to like chew my own food. I mean, that's not true, but let's be ridiculous. Excuse me, eat this guy. You're a hungry, hungry kobold, alright? Chunks of flesh. Chunks of flesh takes great. Yeah, exactly. You should be... Alright, what do we have on, by the way? We have a animal skin. So this leather armor here is absolutely worth putting on, because it's just... let's see. So we've got 3 and 17. Vaguely you can see that, which adds up to 20. Put this on. 4 and 16 still adds up to 20, however, we now have more AC. So AC is more desirable than dodge in general, but also you want to try and get your, the defenses are best, like, if you have a very low in one defense, some enemy that exploits that is countered by that defense is, I mean, I'm talking bullshit. But basically, if you need to dodge something and you've got really low dodge but like high other skills, it's better to have like an average, so you have a good chance of dodging, blocking, or whatever, and everything. See, okay, so now that we've discovered that thing on the orb run, we may come up that hatch and then go, ooh, we can use this hatch, and maybe that's the fastest route back up, which it may well could be. This is useless to us. We never use those unless you're being just a little bit crazy. So what have we got here? This is we've got a couple of different armor options. I think we do want to go heavier, so let's pick up a ringmail. Ringmail's, I think, the lightest of the metal armors, I believe. Encumbrance rating is 7. So 7 is the minimum strength you need to wield it without being encumbered. Ooh, it's cursed. That doesn't really matter. How do we look? Kind of beefy. I like it. Even though I'm a little kobold. So we're going to put dot, so that waits a turn, so that he comes to us instead of us stepping to him and then him getting an attack on us. Stab, 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 stab. He moved 2 tiles, by the way, because he's fast, so he has a chance of moving 2 tiles every time he moves. Right, there we go. Based on how much faster than you he is. There's an altar, so normally if you don't start as a berserker or an abyssal knight or whatever, a chaos knight, you get to choose your own religion. And there are multiple different religions in the game, and they are all very unique and give you different spells and abilities and restrictions and all sorts of things, which is just like even more variety on top of picking classes. And so there's the temple. Okay, so a couple of things. I dived into this floor like a crazy person, but we're going back to the stairs, and we're going to read our scrolls here. We're not actually that concerned about magic mapping now, because we've already found the temple, which is normally what you're looking for on D4, so it's nice to have it early there. But we're still going to read our scrolls anyway, so that we have knowledge of what they do. So the reason we've stepped back all the way back here onto this step is that now that we've read a scroll of teleportation, we can step up the stairs. Ooh, step up the stairs. Thank you. And now if we teleport randomly, we're teleporting randomly on a floor we already know. So we're not going to like, oh, hello ogre, splat, you know, which is a, you know, a scenario you obviously don't want. So this is an enchant. We'll do our booties, because those are more likely to be on us than this cursed ringmail for a long period of time, ironically. Enchant weapon, I guess the dagger of flaming, could use that for sure. So we had pretty good scrolls here, but no remove curse. So good thing we found our curing with our identify thing. We're actually going to identify the second stack of 4 as well. Yeah, flight. So if you'd been like, oh, that might be a heal wounds, I hope I can get, you know, in a dire situation, I'll drink that on the chance of it saving my life. Oh, flight. You float into the air, you're dead. Like exactly what happened to the ogre earlier. So let's just read out. We'll keep the last scroll of identify. Usually it's best to keep the last one, just in case you find something really, really cool that you really want to identify. Alright, Attaboy. Attaboy. Come at me. Stab. Stab. Got him. At this point, they're becoming less dangerous. I'm level 6 now, so the thing is, when you find one level 2, you're like level 2, or like level 3 at max. Stab, 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 stab. Alright, we killed a dog. It's pretty vicious. I don't know how tall the kobold is, but I feel like it's not that tall at all. So I feel like a dog would be a really scary thing to fight. Jackals. I mean, I guess multiple jackals would theoretically be scary for a human to fight, and they're actually much weaker than the hound. So, I mean, my own logic is kind of failing me here, but... Oh god, that's a bullfrog. We're going berserk. Kill this guy because he's low. Yeah, and then stab the bullfrog. Okay. We're going into the temple, even though we don't actually need to find the temple because we've already got Trog. So once again, the temple is normally something you really want to find, because if we explore a little bit in here, there is the altars to most of the gods here. So, you know, you can be like, oh, I would like to play Quoz because I read about Quoz being a really cool god. I would love. So you come to the temple and you find them. Most of the time they're in here. Otherwise, they'll be on a different floor. You'll have to find it. But yeah, here's all the different gods, not even all of them, but a whole bunch of the different gods you can play. We're playing Trog, so basically I just pull the finger at those guys and waltz back out. Yeah. So, yes. Alright. Oh, okay, so this is good. Normally worker ant, kind of scary enemy, but stab, he's dead. You can be pretty confident that your stabs at this point, when we're training both, when we're training both, stealth and short blades, that our stabs are going to be doing a good amount of damage. And wielding a dagger. There are many factors, of course. With a game like this, there are many factors to anything, but there are many factors that affect your stabbing. Many factors. Stab, stab, stab. Okay, so that... I mean, I took that guy really unseriously, but that's probably the most scary enemy in this stage of the game, if you're playing yourself. If you want to play this game, and you see an orc wearing green robes, just be careful of him, because he will mess you the heck up with smites. So we have finally got to the point where we're engorged, because we ate a pile of orcs just there, and that is really good for me. Alright, he's coming. Dot to wait for him to come to us. Stab, 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 stab. And you can see how much better our armor is with AC 7 wearing this ringmail. He's not even actually penetrating our defenses at all, so you know that's pretty nice. We need like a Pink Panther button that I can press to make like a sneaking noise happen. Alright. Come to me. Stab, 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 stab. Oh, he's poisoned me. This is actually a pretty dangerous enemy. I should go berserk. Okay, good, good, good. So as you can see, you can just use the berserk and the Trog's hand to avoid having to really deal with dangerous enemies on a proper level. Another rune dagger. +1 dagger flames, okay, but that's something we could buy. A runed executioner's axe. Twisted rapier. What am I doing? That is what we want. That's an artifact rapier, which is there's also a +12. What I'm like looking at the rune dagger. Oh mate, that could be a. It's like the +12 vampire's tooth, which I assume is a dagger. That looks pretty sick. Vamp is not the best for a stabbing weapon, but it's +12, so maybe that's still good. And a twisted rapier, which we can maybe pick up earlier. Twisted rapiers are the the largest small braid. Oh, a wand of acid that we've just picked up. That is extremely good. That's kind of like, oh gosh, an enemy we could not possibly hope to face. You know, our only choice is to run. No, our other choice is to use the wand of acid. So this is good. So if I press the dollar sign, I've marked both those items in my wish list. So I will, once I have gained the correct amount of money, which, do I want a dagger? Do I want a shield? Sorry. As a kobold, a shield takes too long to train, I think. Like, just a basic Estachio. Can we fight Estachio? Estachio the Magnificent, the apprentice summoner, an apprentice summoner with a flowing moustache. Funny ideas about honor, right? So this guy, basically, he's in a corridor, so we probably can fight him. I'm going to be blatant here and just do it. We're going to berserk, and he's dead. Yep, no problem. So what he normally does is if you fight him in an open room, what he'll do is he'll spam summons, surround you with like garbage monsters that they're not that scary, but there's like enough of them that you really can't get through them and stuff. And then he'll blink away and run, basically, which I don't have to tell you means that it's kind of scary to fight him. Do we want the rapier or the? I guess the dagger is still probably better. So did we eat pistachio already? No, let's eat him. Excellent. I remember when I first started playing this game, and it was kind of like some of those enemies were just so scary. And then defeating them and then eating them. Gosh, that's a good feeling. So we probably want to berserk for the Sky Beast as well. We don't really have to hold back with the berserk because of our reduced hunger concerns here. Normally if you berserk continuously as a normal character, you may start running low on food. This game is very unpunishing when it comes to sleep. Lily puff. Oh, I really should have taken this guy more seriously. Okay. He didn't even corrode us and he took us to 21. Anyway. Those guys are, like, actually, you should take them seriously. I mean, I didn't. So, do as I say, not as I act. I'm your mother. I don't need to explain myself to you. But it's true. Your mother doesn't have to explain themselves to you. Well, they probably should, actually. It depends on how unreasonable the whole situation is. Anyway, we're going to eat that guy. My options are definitely wrong, because normally I would just eat until I couldn't, which is now the case. Alright. Hound dog. Hound dog. Stab, stab. I hope that wasn't somebody's dog. There are uniques that, have packs of kind of dogs or something. Eat the gecko. We're not eating that skello. There was also okay, so we've got a ring. Do we have... We've read... so we can just read our scrolls at will. These should be remove curse. Excellent. It is. So which means we can put on this ring, and if it's awful... Okay, resist corrosion. So that's okay. I mean, it's probably one of the less zombie ogres. So if we went in here, we would teleport from here to here. We could pick up this potion of resistance. And again, I guess the game then suggests you drink. And then you run across to here and try and grab this fan of gales and this money. Yeah, I could do that. Also, can we afford our sword? We can. We're going to the sword. Oops, I cancelled the order. There we go. Here we go. We're going to get our sword, our twisted rapier. Hopefully it's not awful. It may be. We could get trolled here in a major way. But that is the game. So let's see here. N. And capital D. An anti-magic R-elect Dex +6 +12 rapier. Are you serious? That is so good. It's an anti-magic +12 R-elect Dex +6 rapier. That's going to carry us for so long. Oh my god. Dude, if that guy had known what that was, he would never have sold it to me for 200 gold pieces. Jeez, man, look at that. Okay, well, we drop this, because this is just... the maximum enchantment on an actual rapier, let's just have a look, Maximally enchanted to +9. So this is better than is possible for normal rapier. It's also anti-magic, which is like, a very, very uncommon brand that absolutely decimates some extremely dangerous enemies like orbs of fire. Aralek, which is one of the more serious attacks that you want resistance from, and Dex +6, which is just like an added bonus of like quite a decent amount of stats. That is so good. Apparently my luck today, or I don't know, they've tweaked the algorithms and they're just like, oh, by the way, when you play Crawl now, you just get everything you've ever wanted, and happiness will come to you forever. Apparently that's the case now, because we've had first a game where we played an ogre, a chucking ogre, and got two large shields, and then a game where I played an ogre again and got a troll leather armor, and now a +12 anti-magic rapier. Ugh. Anyway, I'm gonna stop gushing over this because it's getting a little embarrassing. Geomancy. So normally, actually, yeah. What was I talking about earlier? Normally, kobolds are pretty good at casting magic, but as a follower of Trog, he hates spellcasters specifically. So, unfortunately, okay, so there's an Orc Priest. This guy is dangerous. However, stab. The fact that he survived that long is crazy to me. Just for reference, I guess the Hornet zombie was something I should have taken more seriously as well. Hornets are dangerous, even as a zombie. The +12 not only affects how much damage you deal with a weapon, it also affects its 2-hit chance. So it's just enchantment really, really improves the weapon. Like, oh look, an angel is in there. Huh. There's like I think that's the Shining One, Altar of the Shining One, who's like the good god who like avenges. You have to be like pure of heart or something. I don't know. Is that angel just going to attack you? I guess it does, but then if you if you convert to the Shining One, it probably turns neutral. Get the stab on that adder skelly. Alright, here we go. Come in. See, like these mages, when I hit them with the anti-magic rapier, they basically should lose the ability to do most of their nasty stuff. So, not immediately. I think it drains their like mana, but I don't know really how mana on non-player characters works anyway. Non-player creatures, maybe. More appropriately. Oh no. Oh no. He didn't wake up. So, the rapier is worse at stabbing than the dagger. It gets less of a critical multiplier when you stab something. Like, all weapons basically are worse than daggers at stabbing, apart from maybe like quick blades, which are like just basically another type of dagger. So we do lose out a little bit of stab damage, but the thing is, it does so much. I mean, the +12 does more damage than the base damage of the dagger entirely. Just the enchantment is doing way more work than the entire previous weapon we were using. So, I haven't theoretically I guess it's D7. We shouldn't necessarily be that afraid of gnolls at this point, but you could theoretically take a pack of gnolls seriously. Let's butcher and eat these dogs. Hello, boy. Come at me. Want to be friends? Look, I'm so stealthy you can't actually see me. Alright. Alright. Stealth is obviously a thing in this game. It basically just means that the enemies have a chance not to notice you, and not to wake up when they're asleep. Which is dubious, right? Sometimes you might be like, well, that doesn't give me any raw combat power at all, or survivability. But obviously in that case, I sneak up to a dangerous enemy like a centaur, drive my blade into his throat, and presto facto, we don't have to deal with him anymore. So we want more strength. Yeah, at this point, with a +6 dex as well. I feel like this is draining all my luck. Like, I'm going to walk outside on the street, and I'm just going to get hit by like 3 cars. An ogre. You feeling lucky, punk? I'm going to go berserk. Oh, yeah. So now, normally, you should respect an ogre. Like, especially, because I've got 56 HP. I think the max hit a ogre can do in the early game, with a normal spike club, not even a normal giant club, not even a spiked one, I think it's 39. So, theoretically he could easily two-shot us. But, I live my life free of concern from for ogres and their dealings. Another great kill. Sleepily puff, sleepily. There's Joseph. We can try and break line of sight by going diagonally there, so we get more turns where he can't wake up. All right, now, Joseph, just say it. No, shush. Oh no, Joseph. Oh no. See, he was red over here, which means he's a dangerous, the game considers him to be a dangerous enemy. Joseph isn't one of the scariest uniques in the game, but he's still scary. He can definitely hurt you with his hunting sling and stuff. I wouldn't underestimate him, but yeah, if he doesn't wake up and you stab him in the eye, he really doesn't do that much. Right. Ooh, Shadow Imp. I'm gonna pay you back for your brother. Oh, he's woken. Well, still, you cannot face the wrath of this kobold and his pie brat rapier. I think that's a randomly generated name. I mean that must be the highest RNG a Rand art. Okay, we need to berserk because we're fighting dangerous enemies, and I'm just ignoring the fact that they're dangerous. Okay, get chunked down by that warrior. Just kind of very blasé, walk in there, stab. It's yeah, I know. The game gives me great RNG, I immediately waste it being dumb. Alright, so this is, I know what this is. This is a vault with Crazy Youth in it. I think we can fight him. Don't hurt me, Crazy Youth. Please. I wish to be friends. I mean, that's obviously not the case. I mean, okay, he attacked me, alright? I just defended myself. G to pick up. We're going to pick up his cloak. He always has a cloak, and he always has a Quarterstaff of Chaos, which is what makes him dangerous, because Quarterstaff of Chaos can, banish you, so... that, we'll put on this ring as well, which I don't remember picking up. A Ring of Ice, we'll take off the Ring of Ice, because a Ring of Ice gives us a weakness to fire, which we don't want. We should be... Oh, we'll put the cloak on over the Cloud Immunity. Yeah, Cloud Immunity is not ideal. The cloak gives us +1 AC, which makes us a little bit more durable, so that's going to affect us in most of our fights, whereas the one of paralysis, that's alright, whereas the Cloud Immunity may be useful at some specific point, in which case we'll still have it in our inventory unless we decide to drop it. Oh, he didn't wake. Never to wake again. You were my only friend. I don't know if I was his only friend. I don't think we'd ever met before. I hope that seems like quite a betrayal if I was. Okay. And boy, he's dead. All right, who's next? All right, and this episode's gone for 52 minutes. So I mean, I really need to stop now. I really need to stop now. I really need... By the way, this is what will happen to you if you play this game. I really need to stop now. I have work in the morning. My kids are crying because they're hungry. But ooh, a wizardry ring with plus invisibility. Oh, we can't. The wizardry part's not useful to us. Plus invis, so invocable invisibility. That's kind of nice. Resistance to fire, MP -9. Who cares? We've only got 3. And Dex +4. That's actually not too bad. Plus, invocable invisibility. Yeah, anyway, thanks for joining me. One half of Space Cabin. If you like any of our other videos, please consider giving us a like, maybe a comment. We haven't really been uploading much recently. The schedule's our schedules have just been a little bit, complex. So hopefully you can forgive me and Andrew and enjoy this video here. It's super long. You probably didn't get to this point. Anyway, thanks for joining us. See you later.